Okay, so welcome to week 5. How's everyone doing? Everyone alive? Happy?
I'm sunburned.
I don't know about happy right now.
Never know about happy with you, my love. So, it is... Well, you tell me. Where did we leave off?
Let's see.
I remember.
You remember? Okay, well that's
I remember.
one of them.
Oh yeah, I'm spending the entire evening going through our shit.
You are spending the evening...
going through all the stuff that we found.
Yes. Investigating the wondrous items that you discovered in a tomb.
And then Ansel and Siri were
How are
getting
you
rumors
doing?
from the bar.
As I said, you're getting drunk as usual.
Again?
Yes, the tavern is well familiar with their presence by this point.
And their antics and...
Yeah, which Zokar wholly approves of.
I'm wondering, and I mentioned this to you, Master Highhill, if you might be willing to help me out with some research.
What you looking up?
Well, while I'm going over this, there's still some things left unknown that have been bothering me.
Well, what's on your mind?
The Whispering Way, for one.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah. I doubt we're going to find anything in the records of, say, the church, or, you know, the grand files of the court hall.
Yeah, that would be true.
But I'm wondering if maybe there's something still left in the journal that we haven't picked up on.
You're welcome to give it a look.
I'm working on all of this, and I say this, I have like a whole bunch of things spread in front of me on a table, or on my bed, as I'm sitting on it cross-legged.
What time of the day would it have been that we get to this point? Is it night?
It's actually kind of mid-afternoon, if memory serves.
Because I have some thoughts as well, and I wanted to check in with a few people. But let me read over the journal and see if I can catch anything.
I mean, if you're busy, by all means, Master Highhill, do what you need to do.
Alright, I'll be right back then. And this is where I forget who the priest told, or who the sheriff told me has the bugs that we thought. But I thought it was the wizard in the scroll shop. So I want to head there. Well, I try to head there.
Yeah, apparently Discord has decided my microphone is not picking up anything now and has decided to switch back to the old one. Yay!
Yay!
Okay. So you are headed up to the shop again. It's still daytime. It's it's a day as you wander through the village. There's a few people wandering around, not over many people, but you know.
I have focus, so I'm actually gonna pretty much ignore everyone and head straight to L.
Okay, so you are headed straight to L, and I'm gonna do fancy things like shift ping to here. Okay, you get to, so let's say it's mid-afternoon. You reach the shop, it's open, yeah.
Okay, I'll walk in and make small talk with the wizard. I'm just gonna keep calling him the wizard.
Okay.
Is he the wizard?
I do know his name.
You do know his name. I know his name.
Let me check my notes. I feel guilty.
The wizard. I don't think I know.
Where are you? It starts with Mr. Gorovan.
Yes, Mr. Gorovan.
And after a little bit of small talk, I'll want to ask him if he's had any luck identifying the bugs.
Okay, let me pause for a moment. What's everyone else doing?
I'm identifying the items.
Anto's theoretically getting drunk and babysitting Sierra at the same time.
Okay, that's all you're gonna do.
Well, they're trying to see if anyone, heard of the Whispering Way, but I don't think anyone did on the last roll.
If memory serves, the last roll you guys got that the monument's been desecrated again.
Yeah, that's it. The monument was redesecrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can't just get up and go, and God, Ansel can't leave Siri there alone.
Well, they
Can.
can't do. They can. There's a whole lot they can do. Alex is busy staring at arrows, mostly.
And flasks
Okay.
and tubes.
Yeah, various magical and non-magical bits and pieces. Why? Okay, so why are you asking this man about bugs?
Because I recall what Alex had told me earlier in the day about what he found out about the 5 names.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I've remembered what I saw on the second day.
Okay.
And so I want to try and find out if he's correct, really. If there's more to these names. And
okay, so you ask him about the names.
I'm trying not to, because I also remember the journal saying that the town is sort of upset with him, so I'm trying not to give away that I'm tying it to the names, but I guess I am asking about the name. Yeah, I'll ask him about the names. I'll see if he recalls hearing any of these names.
Give me a diplomacy check.
And that's my typical start to the day.
Yeah, that's a typical start of the day. He sort of stares at you and goes, "No, I've never heard of any of them."
Well, that's fair enough. In that case, I wouldn't. I would just think it's true. I guess I'd be done.
Okay.
I will instead head down to. You know what? No, I'm gonna head back and talk to everybody else first. So I'm gonna head back to the house.
Everybody else is in different locations.
After a little while, Ansel will kind of half drag Siri back to the house.
Okay, so everyone's going home.
Make it not noticeable, so to speak.
Why did that not move you? There it goes. Okay. It took it a moment. Okay, so everyone's back at the house.
Other than my map, for some reason.
No, your map's back at the house. Should be.
That's back on.
I'm looking at a map of town.
Yeah, it's not in the house.
Oh, sorry, you want the actual? Yeah, okay.
I thought you were moving us to the actual. Okay.
We can do, sure, why not? Not make that much of a difference, but okay.
So I'll just walk in and say I didn't find out anything, and then offer to look at the journal somewhere. Unless Alex is up in his room, in which case I'll go and knock on his door.
Alex has been in his room on the bed.
Okay, so I'll go up and knock on his door, assuming it's closed.
Come in.
And I'll walk in and just say, any luck?
Some. Getting there. The pile's like half scattered around. Some stuff is very clearly marked and labeled and put away.
Anything? I mean, I know some of the items, but anything good?
How much have I gotten through at this point?
Probably about a third. Which one? Where would you have started? Let's phrase it that way.
Probably with the potions and scrolls.
You're probably through the potions and maybe get a scroll or two done because they're pretty easy to do because you can just read them, right?
Okay. Pointy things pointing at the arrows. Holy water. Scrolls, couple uses. Not sure about the rest of that. Pointing at the pile of other things. Again, arrows are just being referred to as the pointy things.
The pointy thing. Good job.
I'll point out that at least some of the scrolls are based around undead, like detect undead. And...
No, all of them.
Oh, all right. Speaking of which, I know Ansel's back at this point. You guys want to have a quick
hear the two of them
discussion?
Oh,
Kind of
you-
chuckling.
Yeah, you definitely hear them.
You're welcome to invite them up.
Hey everybody! Quick meeting time! Yay!
Yay. Yes, including with an unenthusiastic yay.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I'm going to assume the thing that is really I'm struggling with, so to speak, is the case, which is probably in my hands being unwrapped bit by bit.
Probably.
Ansel walks upstairs, Siri following, I'm gonna guess. Or
Yep.
well,
She's
who
gonna
knows
follow.
what Siri does? Siri does as she does.
Well, presumably a meeting means action, so she's somewhat interested.
Ansel pokes his head in. What's up?
So I've been thinking, dangerous proposition, I know.
Indeed.
But so looking over the stuff that we have, should I say, I don't necessarily see how the arrows will help us out because no one, save Master Alex, as I'll now call you since I keep getting Master High Hill, but he uses bolts. What do you guys think the likelihood is that the shop that has that stone that you guys keep obsessing over, and now that I've seen one in action, actually seems pretty useful? What do you think they'd be willing to trade for it?
They don't have anything useful in terms of magical items.
But we may be able to get a good price for the arrows.
True.
Or maybe we could drum up that the arrows are super cool. Because
Any chance that we can get these transmuted onto bolts or something that the rest of us can use?
Doubtful in the city.
I can't do it.
I mean, let's be honest.
How do iron stones work?
I'm going to probably start a very lengthy, very boring explanation.
All right, I'll just assume that I learn it from there.
I'm going to assume that I know it.
As he's talking, Ansel leans over and goes, "You put them on your stuff. They attune to you. They work."
So they're attuned. You can't share them around?
Correct. It takes a length of time that you have to have them on your person.
Okay, good to know. That makes it more
And mind
of
you, Alex
a...
is probably still going through this log.
Yep. Just completely oblivious.
I think it's worth a try. If we can't get bolts, then it's something to consider. Another thing to consider is that I identified at least 2 of the items as undead, and from the way Alex has told me, the rest of the scrolls are undead as well. I'm not one to be superstitious, but I do like to put my faith in the professor's teachings, since he's done a lot for me already. There might be a lot more to Harrowstone than we think.
I'm still going on my diatribe, not even looking up.
Well, the statue's been desecrated again.
That
Again,
would stop.
I would actually stop as well. How do you know when?
In the last 24 hours.
Same way.
Appears?
So it's ritualistic in nature.
Do you want to go investigate it?
We can.
Fortunately, this is probably going to take the rest of my evening to decipher.
I'll join you to go check it out. I want to know what's going on with these, whatever they are. Especially since the church doesn't seem to have records of any accidents or anything like that.
Well, the sheriff would
Accidents?
know if there were any missing persons.
I mean, there was a lot of blood last time. I can't imagine where it came from unless we missed something, like
Sheep.
an animal. I guess it could be. Nonetheless, let's go check it out. Or I guess you can stay here and identify while we go check it out.
Would you rather I figure out what we have here, or go with you guys?
I think identifying those items would be greatly helpful. And I think we're
Agreed.
just going to go peek, so...
Yeah, I've already tuned you out.
Well... Shall we go scope it out, Ansel?
Yeah, let's go.
Siri, would you like to come too?
Her choices are come with you or sit around with Alex and watch him.
Watching geek.
Yeah, so she's gonna come with you.
Alright. Then we scuttle on down.
Okay, you head on. This is why I didn't even bother with the house.
That's yeah. I was hoping she would say something about the rumor.
Alright, so you all head on down to the
Well,
riverside.
In their defense, in Siri and Ansel's defense, they have been drinking for a couple hours. It takes them a little bit to process stuff sometimes.
Yeah, the signals take a minute to get to the thing. So you head on down this way. How much are you gonna move? Whoops. Let's move the bread roll on my GM screen, not on the camera screen, because that'll make it work a lot better. Okay. So you head on down. When you get to right about where the bread roll is now, you come across a sign. Well, I say a sign. There's a stick that's been jammed into the ground with a bit of paper on it.
Uh-oh.
And the bit of paper reads, do not enter, crime scene, and it's signed Sheriff Kaler.
Well, this is perplexing.
To be fair, it's just stick in the ground with a piece of paper.
Do we ignore it?
Do you really want to piss the sheriff off?
I'm torn. We're not going to get anywhere. The sheriff isn't going to tell us anything. Isn't the sheriff busy? I don't know.
We can kind of skirt through the wood. There's trees around it, right?
Mhm.
We can try and go through the woods.
Let's do that.
Okay, so give me stealth checks.
Oh, crap, we're not.
Well, you're being
Who said
stealthy,
anything
right?
about being stealthy? Just
Well,
trying to make
okay,
it careful.
if you just want to traipse through the woods.
No, not traits, but he's being very careful. As careful as you can in a drunk state.
Say not quite so careful. You are a bit drunk and stumbling about, but you do step on a few twigs here and there.
He's a little tipsy.
Yeah, you eventually, I assume you're gonna like hook down and then come back at it, as it were.
Yeah.
Kind of gonna do. I'm gonna draw one.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
I don't do that.
That's probably not the way you want to go.
No. One minute.
Let's-
I have to. Where is my freaking line tool? There we go.
Let's just erase that one. Try that one again.
Something like that, and then. Wow, my mouse isn't working well today. But yeah, down and around.
Okay.
I'm having mouse issues apparently.
So you head you head down and around, and it ends up looking a lot more like your first drawing, but you do. And Ansel has had a few drinks. But
Just
you do make it around to the statue. Yeah, there's still blood on it. You can see red splats on it. You're approaching from the south side.
Is there anybody in sight or
No,
in
there's no one
hearing?
here.
Then I'll walk up. I'll still try to be a little stealthy, but
Okay.
and then I will
So you
circle around to the west side.
You walk around to the west side. Okay, what does Ansel do?
He's kind of going along.
He's following it.
Yeah.
Alden.
because I-
Okay. So you walk around the statues. It's been splattered and
Microwave.
yeah, it looks a lot like a microwave that you put some tomato sauce in and put it on way too long.
No, I'm dead using the microwave.
Oh, that too.
I don't.
So,
I still don't see anything or any like pattern or not pattern. What? Is it more bloody on the south side or the west side, or is it just all over?
give me a perception check.
Come on, blow my bad one. Now I need some good stuff.
And I think you scrolled and managed to make it so I click something different. Nope.
No, you managed. Okay, so, Alden, where you saw the letter the last time?
No, I was eventually gonna get to there. Yeah.
On the base of the statue. Now you see two letters.
What letters do I see?
V-E.
All right. This time I will point that out to Ansel, and I'll say, "I'm not crazy. Do you see this?"
Yeah. You see it.
Ansel takes a moment and looks again because he's.
Do you see this? How many fingers you holding up? Wait, what?
Because he's just kind of looking around before. V-E.
I look around for any signs of, again, footsteps walking in any particular direction or anything like that.
Survival.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm gonna put a rank in next time.
Yeah.
16.
I got lucky there.
I need to look at something. I mean, they're obviously in this area, like the area right around where you are. Yeah, there's definitely traffic. Then again, your brain tells you, hey, the sheriff's been here and he left a sign up front.
That's a good point.
Hang on a second because I need to find. I need to find which chapter this is in.
Oh god.
Oops.
I'm looking for a DC is what I'm doing.
Okay. And you
Days I wish I
stumble-
had a familiar to spy on you guys with.
Wrong class.
No, right class, wrong archetype.
Uh-huh.
And so, what's your modifier to survival?
Let me check.
Okay.
Oh, it would help if.
It should show you if you just click the skills button.
How did I do that? I already forgot the letters.
V.
VE.
Yes.
Nothing, because it's wisdom based, and fuck wisdom. Dump stat.
Okay.
Dump stat!
Yeah. No, I mean, there's blood sort of around the area as well. It's not like just on the statue, but you can't really tell who, if anyone's footprints are not supposed to be there, because
We don't
You
know
would-
our owns.
you would guess there's been at least 4 people around here, not including yourselves, who are now leaving footprints. Just throwing that one up there as well.
Oh no, Ansel hasn't really stepped out of the woods yet.
Okay,
Oh,
he's staying in the
okay.
woods.
I definitely scooted closer. That's
Right, because yeah, in order to see these letters, you'd have to be standing on the beach on the west side of the statue.
Well, I mean, at most he came like over here because he's not getting. He's trying to not get too close to it so that
Mhm.
he doesn't disturb too much.
Right.
no one will suspect halfling feet.
Yeah.
I'll head back. Does that mean Ansel didn't see him then? I guess I wouldn't have pointed it out then. I'm gonna walk back to Ansel then,
Mhm.
and I'll relay that I saw letters.
Letters. V-E.
Yes, VE, absolutely. That's exactly what I saw. Yep. I'm trying to decide if I want to see if Q is. In fact, yeah, I'm gonna head back up to where Q is and check that building again, or check that building. Like, I feel like
Ansel's walking along and he's trying to think of words that could fit VE in regards to everything going on, but a little wisdom or an intelligence.
That's a player.
No!
I'm trying. I'm sitting here. I think I know what it is, but I have to keep my mouth shut because I'm not there and I don't know.
That's like that's not a wisdom or.
But I'm gonna
intelligence,
catch on to it
that's-
real fast.
That's what does the player think the character knows? Because I'm not telling you shit.
So while we're walking back,
Right. So you start walking back towards Q. I assume Ansel's
Yeah.
wandering along, stumbling, whatever.
He's not stumbling completely. He's just
Sure.
just a couple drinks in and
Right. So yeah, you wander back to Q. It's quiet there.
it's
I-
actually bad.
yeah, but I don't like that it's so close to these scenes of incidents, and I don't know. I want to check it. Not go inside, not knock, but just scope around, see if. I guess likewise it'd be another survival check, but I want to see if I see people that have come and gone from this building in recent hours.
Sure, it would be another survival check.
I don't expect any of these to go well. Why do I waste the good rolls on these? I want diplomacy.
If you consider that a good roll, what's your modifier on that? Oh, it's +0. Okay, well, those are decent rolls then.
It's just zero.
Yeah, those are decent rolls then. I mean, it's what looks like used to be a farming house, maybe. It was probably in control of the field down there just south of it.
All right. Well, I wouldn't break and enter. I'll wait and talk to the guy. Actually, what time is it?
Still mid-afternoon.
I'm gonna go to the building next to it, which I assume is Gibbs' house, and see if it looks like anyone's in.
You mean this house here?
Yes, that one. Sorry.
It doesn't look like anyone's in. There's someone out walking in the field out here.
Ansel's looking around. For some reason, I feel he should be seeing if there's any sort of blood spots anywhere for shits and giggles.
Survival.
Survival.
Join me.
Come on. Go through. No?
Roll20 being slow today.
Might be the internet. And I don't know if I actually managed to click it.
It is a bulky
Click.
character sheet.
Yeah, there we go.
No, you don't really see anything. Then again, you're not entirely sure where the ground is.
The ground is where the feet are.
You're not
That's a
sure where your
given.
feet are. Okay, so you've wandered around here.
Yep. I would approach the guy in the field. Or
Okay.
actually, I guess to be fair, I would turn to Ansel and say, should we ask Gibbs if he knows anything about what's going on down here?
We can. And Ansel kind of raises his hand and waves to Gibbs. I'm pretty sure they've managed to come across each other while drinking. Who knows?
You have not come across
Ooh.
a person named Gibbs. The person in the field, you know,
I
returns
assume it's
the,
Gibbs.
returns the wave from, you know,
200 feet? 100 feet?
might give me, yeah, about 200 feet.
Nailed it. I'll walk up to him.
Actually, wait, Alden's the one waving?
No, Ansel is.
Oh, okay, then yeah. He doesn't see Alden because he's standing
Yeah.
in a field of, you know, wheat and such, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ansel carefully walks down a row because. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll walk behind. Do I notice that the wheat's taller than me?
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Then I will walk behind Ansel.
it will be kind of hard for you not to notice.
Yeah, that's yeah. I just want to make sure it's not one of those stupid things where I assume it, and then you're like, and you could see him once you got 50 feet in.
No, yeah. You pretty much straight away know that this is taller than me.
Story of
Okay,
my
so you wander down the road, and farmer, you know, stops what he's doing, puts his. It's February. I don't know what he's got in his hand, but puts his tool down for a moment and wipes his brow and looks at you. Hey there.
Hey.
Mr. Gibbs, it's nice to meet you. My name's Alden,
Man looks confused.
and this is my friend Ansel. And I'll like try and squeeze between her legs, or his legs,
That's awkward.
and then I'll raise my hand to shake.
Ansel stands there looking decidedly awkward at that moment.
Yeah. The
He
farmer
holds
looks
out a hand.
the farmer looks
and-
confused and then more confused. Sort of shakes Alden's hand and then Ansel's and says, "Well, nice to meet you. Name's John."
I have a question.
Hmm.
What's going on down by the... And he points towards the monument. Do you know?
Oh, darndest thing. I don't know. Someone's been down there making trouble. Probably the kids again.
Again?
Well, they did it a few days ago, didn't they?
I was sure it was children then.
Well, who else would do it?
I don't know. Okay, well, I just wanted to check and see if you had known, because it honestly looked horrible.
Yeah, the sheriff doesn't want anyone down there, though.
Yeah. We didn't see anything.
Oh, we didn't either. Probably done in the night. Who knows?
So I hear you've been here in the town since its foundation. Is that correct?
He looks more confused at you again. What? No?
Oh, I was talking to the father, and he had mentioned that the land was owned by the Gibbs. I guess.
He points off to the south. Yeah, that over there.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Apologies.
I'm going to point out to you as a GM, he did identify himself as John.
John.
Oh, I assumed it was John
Where
Gibbs.
Mr. Gibbs is?
Oh, that lazy sod. I don't know. He's never at home anymore.
Any clue where he might go?
There's a pause, and he's sort of thoughtful, you know, looking expression on his face as he tries to think. Oh, I don't know. He comes home and as far as I know, goes to bed, but I don't know.
Well, now that I've made a butt of myself, how do you know Mr. Gibbs?
He points to the south.
A neighbor?
Yeah, lives just
Oh.
there.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah, he's lived there all the whole time.
You wouldn't know if he's home right now, would you? Or
Well, don't keep track of him, but I would think so.
Well, let's go see. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope everything goes well.
All right. Y'all have a good day. He picks up his farming tool and begins farming again. Just farming.
if you ever need help, let us know. We've got a rather hefty traveling companion that has a lot of energy.
Oh, you're the ones that were helping Jim the other day.
Yes.
Oh, nice to put a name to the face.
She's very energetic, as you probably heard.
Yes, yeah, down the tavern.
Yeah. Ansel smiles and then kind of pats Alden's back. We're gonna go see if Mr. Gibbs is home.
All right, y'all. You have a good day then.
We are staying with
Yes, with
Miss Lormore. If you
Yes.
ever need any help, don't we're probably here for the next month or so.
Oh, well, that'd be great.
Just come early in the morning and we're up.
I almost called you lady. Sir, you're talking to a farmer.
Yeah. I'm just saying we're up.
All right.
Now
And
you-
he gives a nod and kind of half ushers Alden towards the Gibbs house.
Okay.
Well, I assume that's down. Am I mistaken and that's down R?
No,
Or is it
Q.
M2?
it's Q.
Q.
Oh. Wow.
Well, I am in ruler
Yeah.
mode still. So you wander back around the house.
Well, we
And
know
so
he's...
walks up and gives a rap on the door to see if anyone's home.
Oh, that's an S, not a D. Let's make it a D. After a minute, yeah, there's you hear shuffling about before the door opens, and a man, an older man, opens the door. A man you've seen before.
Ooh, okay.
Where did I put his token? For goodness sakes. I have misplaced his token somewhere. There we go.
Oh, hi there.
He sort of opens the door, eyes you suspiciously. What do you want?
We just wanted to come and see if you had seen what happened to the monument.
No.
How's everything going otherwise?
He just sort of stares at you.
Oh, my name's Alden, and I'll hold out my hand to shake.
Ansel, are you going to say anything?
I'm trying to think what to say. Yeah.
We
Okay.
can slow it down.
The man steps back, slams the door shut. That's what you say.
Well, that guy's pretty rude.
Sure,
That's
a lot,
the
isn't
guy
he?
who tried to not get the professor buried.
I remember that. I was just trying to be cordial. Let's head back.
Yeah.
No.
Alden tried to be cordial. Gibbs is not cordial.
If there's anyone that would be a candidate, possibly, it would probably be him, maybe?
I feel like that'd be too wrong, right? Like, surely the sheriff would have...
Smoke and mirrors.
Right, I don't know.
You pin something that you do on others, and because you've been there a while, no one thinks differently.
We're doing this as we walk back, by the way.
Okay, I was gonna say you just standing there on his front doorstep having this conversation about
No,
it.
no.
There's no way I'd do that.
He said he started walking back.
So. Okay. Okay, so you start walking back, then you're gonna walk back. There's nothing's gonna stop you from walking back.
So that leaves us with possibly he might have that connection.
Yeah, I guess. Let's go see how Alex is doing with the stuff.
Alex, you're making progress on the stuff.
On the stuff?
Have I figured out what the pointy things are?
Sure,
They're
why not?
arrows.
Beyond that.
I'm just gonna say, as the GM, it's gonna take you the rest of the day to figure this stuff out. You set your own.
That's why I'm not really going anywhere.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry.
Walk up and...
Any luck?
Pointy things are holy.
Good job.
That's great. That's great.
So, do you remember the gentleman that didn't want the professor buried?
The creepy asshole? Yeah.
That's Mr. Gibbs.
Okay.
We have our first rival. And he smiles.
Oh, I take it you two didn't get
rolls his
along.
eyes.
He didn't even shake my hand.
To be fair, we probably pissed him off at the funeral.
Well,
Maybe
in our
not
defense,
good.
he did piss us off.
So Alex,
Mm-hmm.
I know that I feel like I'm seeing things all the time, but I was telling Ansel that I saw something at the monument again. I saw another letter.
Okay.
And so the letters I saw this time was VE. I feel like there might be something to it.
You see me just kind of stop, grab my own book for a moment. Like, it's a book you guys have not noticed. And I start
I want to notice that book. What's that book?
Are you seriously coming up to me?
I mean, you're
It's a
holding a book.
halfling.
I can at least look at it, right?
I am slapping your hand away.
I'm not reaching for it. Does it have a color? Is there little symbols on the outside? Or is it
It's
too
just a
far away?
leather-bound book.
Okay, then that's all I get.
Ansel's just kind of leaning against the wall, waiting for the antics to end.
Drops of red to sparkling bright splatter spells her name so right. Visoriana Hockren, the wife of the captain. This is after I'm looking over 2 sets of notes that I have in my journal.
You're looking over notes in your journal. You would not have wrote the word captain down. Try a different word.
Warden. The warden's wife.
So why is her name possibly being spelled out?
Well, remember the rhyme.
Ansel just arches an eyebrow.
By the way,
that rhyme.
looking at the list of names, can I tell which ones are male and female?
If you can, sure. I'm gonna peel the layer back for a moment. That list was just a random name generator. Other than other than a couple of names on the list, all of them were random name generated. So
Good
it's
job.
It's all good. Hey, it's the only thing that we've got so far as a connection.
I'd say some of them are names that obviously the warden's name is very specific. There's a couple on there that are very specific, but
I would assume his wife would be very specific.
yeah, his wife's name would be very specific.
So we know there's plausibly undead there.
Well, we only need 8 more deaths of whatever's being killed in order to confirm
Yeah,
that it
let's
is
not.
Visoriano.
But it implies that we're already too late. It's affecting the town now.
How do you mean?
I mean, it's happening to the memorial, so it's here. Like, you don't think it's someone playing a prank or anything?
Doubtful.
I mean, it is kind of suspicious, but and also we heard. Oh man, I don't know how. I almost want to talk to the wife who told the kids the nursery rhyme, right? Maybe she has a part to it.
She very well could have a part to it, and her husband not wanting us to snoop around might be part of the problem. I'm just saying, we don't know who to trust in this town, and I've probably made enough mistakes so far for the lot of us.
Well, I'm working. It's not the worst yet, but how do we want to proceed? What do we want to do? How much do you guys know about undead? Because I'll let the GM house rule how much I technically know, but I guess technically I don't know much of anything.
You burn them with fire.
I mean, you know as much as you know. The trick is this: what you know may not actually be the truth.
I guess that's true. We could do some research on the oh, I don't want to say the undead. It's probably gonna come up with the same boring crap. I don't know.
Well, from what I understand, there are many different types of undead.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I doubt anyone likes it, Master Highhill. Well, at least among our company.
I put a thought out while we were walking back.
It could be Gibbs. He's mean.
Mr. Gibbs leaves early in the morning and doesn't come back until evening. No one
Okay.
knows where he goes.
So you're thinking a stakeout?
Or a trail.
Early morning.
I'll turn to Ansel and say, "You know you doomed yourself, right? You told a farmer to wake you up in the morning. I hope you enjoy 4 o'clock wake-ups."
That late?
I was gonna say, I'll just leave when the farmers leave the inn. That's
What concerns me is we're already seeing 2 out of the 5 lines coming to play.
2?
Watch the blood come out the pipe, feed the sturges so nice and ripe. I don't know what those mosquito things were, but I've heard of sturges, and they sound similar.
what's the next one?
Drops of red so sparkly bright, splatter spells her name to write.
We're very close to suspecting it's her name.
So that's the Piper. I'm looking, cross-referencing my notes here. The Piper of Illmarsh and possibly the Mosswater Marauder. No, I'm sorry. The Piper of Illmarsh and the Splatter Man, leaving Father Charlatan, the Lopper, and the Mosswater Marauder. Wonderful people, all. I've been told.
But what do we make of it? Do we think they're alive? Do you think they're the ones doing this? That'd be pretty scary.
That would be a very, very terrifying thought. Though one has to wonder why what's his name had those creatures up in his attic anyway.
We could go ask. We could have Ansel and Siri go ask. You guys are buddy with. His name
Zokar.
starts with an R. You know, Z Zokar.
Zokar. We could.
Somehow I feel like asking directly is not going to necessarily get us anywhere.
No, probably not.
Because
'Cause
asking indirectly has gotten you so far.
I mean, aside from yourself, Master Hyel, I doubt going up to a person and asking, "Hey, are those your creatures up in the attic? And why'd you put them there?" They're unlikely to answer.
It takes a little finesse. Maybe
True.
we don't blame him, but
Ansel
ask
looks
if
at
he's
Siri
aware of that
while
ever
they're
happening.
talking and motions to the door.
Are the two of us getting into a finer points debate
Apparently.
on diplomacy?
Yeah, Ansel and Siri. Ansel's going, "Let's go."
And Sirius is like wolf balls.
Yeah, wolf balls. Let's go.
Okay.
But while you two are having your debate,
Yeah.
the other two are mysteriously
So Alex and
gone.
Alden are having this discussion, and I assume Alden's probably gonna hang around and help Alex with
Yeah, at this point, I promise.
identifying things and all that. Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna nerd their nerd selves.
And have
I'm nerding
sophisticated
so hard.
conversation.
Nerding so hard. Ansel and Siri head back to the tavern
Round two.
because more drinking. I mean, Zokar's not gonna say no. What's your approach here? What do you?
Ansel, they order and everything.
Yeah.
When the food comes
They're
back,
normal by now.
and when Zokar comes back, he literally, do you know anything about those bugs and where they may have come from?
He sort of thumbs his thumb at a chalkboard type. I assume they have a chalkboard.
The chalkboard.
Yeah, the chalkboard where it's like specials of the day.
Yeah.
And at the bottom of the list is something called blood stew.
Okay. So they're part of it.
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Zokar just laughs.
Hell yeah, Zokar just
At
laughs.
that moment, Ansel's really glad that he didn't order that.
I will point out that you are eating something called wolf balls.
Siri's eating wolf balls.
Yeah, and
Ansel's more particular to the
Uh,
kebabs because you can half-ass identify everything.
yeah. So my point being that every dish in this tavern has a name like that.
Yeah.
There's vampire steaks, and
Yeah.
it's like okay. Basically, your mind tells you Zokar is finding a way to make a buck off of this.
Yeah. What do you know about Mr. Gibbs?
Yeah, Gibbs. Yeah, he doesn't come in here much. Crotchety old fuck.
I noticed.
Yeah, he's always that way. Don't mind him.
How long has he been around?
Oh, I don't know. He was here when I got here.
Anyone know really anything about
Yeah, he used to be a farmer. He was he had some of the biggest corn in the entire village. But he's retired now, I think. Well, he doesn't farm anymore anyway. Fuck only knows what he does down in that room.
him? What room?
Well, I call it a room.
Oh, his
His-
house.
His place, yeah, falling apart.
We noticed. He seems. You probably wouldn't know, any place that he might go.
No. Spend all my time here.
Well,
Motions around the tavern.
it's a very good tavern.
Ah, yes. He laughs.
No, we tried to have a conversation with him, and he was less than receptive.
So you get as far as we tried to have a conversation with him before Zokar burst out laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really good one. Yeah, have a conversation with Gibbs. Oh, good luck on that one.
Yeah. When did he stop growing corn?
Zokar's like, cleaning out a glass or something. That's more
Yeah.
just because, he's doing something. He's not just sitting there talking with you.
Yeah.
He's also running a tavern at the same time here.
Yeah.
He sort of, he's thinking as he's cleaning out. Well, been a couple of decades now, I think. It wasn't that long after I moved here that he stopped. He didn't come. He stopped coming in here as well. Probably couldn't afford it.
So what does he do? I mean, obviously he has to eat and stuff, but maybe he's surviving on spite.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, does he come to the market square or anything?
Don't rightly know. I don't sit and watch all the time.
Well, I know
but,
that.
I imagine he must at some point. Gotta have food somewhere.
That is true. He looks at Siri. You stay here and enjoy your meal. I'm gonna go run an errand that I remembered about.
Siri lifts a rather large flagon of something.
Something.
Ah!
And Ansel just
And half the bar joins in.
and he slips out and he goes to the general store.
Okay.
Because he's going to ask if anyone's seen Mr. Gibbs come out and about for supplies.
And they say, yeah, he comes by every once in a while. Yeah. That's generally the impression you get. No one, so I'm assuming you're going to sort of wander around town and ask various people this.
Yeah.
So people have seen him. No one really likes to talk with him. He's obviously not.
He's a grouchy old man.
Yeah, he's a grouchy old man. He's not, but business is business, coin is coin. Yeah, I mean, he comes and gets groceries and tools if he needs tools, or not that he gets very many tools, but the forge hasn't seen much business out of him. Neither has Jominda.
He also asked Jominda if she has anything for fucking hangovers.
She sort of nods and let's see. How well are you liked by Jominda at the moment?
They haven't really talked yet.
Yeah, I know, but this is a village, a small village. Yeah, she's got a few remedies that she can prescribe is not the right word, but
Suggest.
Yeah. She's got a couple of things bubbling in vials, as it were.
He looks to get a few, depending on price.